Just a short disclaimer before we start the video. None of this advice is financial advice. The video is purely for educational and informative purposes only.
Now to a wild ride on Wall Street that seems to have just come right out of the blue this morning. It has officials and investors buzzing. So here's how it goes. Shares of the video game retailer GameStop have suddenly become a white-hot must-own, skyrocketing over the last week or so.
Hello guys, today is all going to be about what exactly is happening with GameStop and all these stocks that you keep hearing mentioned, like AMC, COS, Naked, all of these stocks that are suddenly being pumped up to values. You're seeing 300-400% growth. You're hearing stories of people going from $50,000 to hundreds of thousands, if not millions, in profit. So what exactly is happening and what's causing this massive trend? So essentially what's happening is you've got these big hedge funds, and hedge funds are essentially companies where people give them their life savings or loads of money, and these hedge funds invest it for these people into stocks in the hope of trying to make profit for them, and by doing so they then take a cut from the profits that they make for their clients, essentially. So that's what hedge funds do. Now, one of the ways that hedge funds make money for their clients is buying a stock at a low price, predicting it to go up, and then selling it at the higher price. And that's one way in which they gain profit for their clients. However, there is something called short selling. Now, short selling is a very dangerous game, mainly because the downside is infinite, i.e. you can make infinite losses. So what is short selling? Well, instead of expecting a stock to go up in value, you expect a stock to go down in value. So what you do is you borrow a stock, and let's say it's valued at $100. You will then sell that stock for its value of $100. You would then wait until the stock goes down, let's say to $70, at which point you'll buy back that stock at a lower value, and therefore you would get a $30 profit. So essentially what's happening with these short sells is that these hedge funds have shorted these companies called GameStop, AMC, etc. Essentially, the hedge funds are betting against these companies. By shorting the stock, you're going to essentially cause the stock to decrease, because if all these negative bets are against the stock, then naturally the stock is going to decrease because people are betting against it. So it's all this sort of herd mentality. So now what's happened recently on Reddit is you've got a few people that have come together. When I say a few people, a few million people have sort of come together on this forum, and they've said, well, hang on a minute, they've shorted these stocks to such great extremes. Let's fight fire with fire. So essentially what these people on Reddit have done is they've bought the stocks that these companies, these hedge funds are shorting, and by everyone buying these stocks at the same time, they're naturally causing the stock to rise. Now, because the hedge funds are betting against the stock, any rise in stock is going to cause the hedge funds to make significant losses. And in fact, loads and loads of hedge funds have lost so much money, if not, hundreds of millions, if not even billions of pounds. So the hedge funds are making significant losses, and the people are trying to fight against them and make money for themselves. Now, obviously, in the environment of a coronavirus pandemic, where you have lots of unemployment, a lot of people with a lot of time on their hands, and money is, a big problem for a lot of people, this is almost like a sort of big opportunity for the people to really make some sort of money. And so, loads of people are jumping on this, and it's naturally having this snowball effect, and it's causing the stock to rise to rocket to sky-high levels, even though, the company, is not necessarily valued at that level. Loads of people are sort of pumping this stock up to such high values. And, the people that are suffering, on the other hand, are the hedge funds. Now, the big controversy happened Thursday, the 28th of January. And essentially what happened there was you got Robinhood, which is a trading platform that the majority of the people who are buying these stocks are using. They essentially said, listen, we're going to stop all trades. So you're not going to be able to buy this GameStop or this AMC. You're not going to be able to buy this stock. And as a result, if loads of people aren't buying this stock and you're not having this snowball effect, you're directly preventing that snowball effect from happening, you're preventing that stock from rising, and then essentially what's going to happen is naturally the stocks are going to come crashing down, and that caused loads and loads of people to lose hundreds and thousands, millions of pounds. But the thing people are saying is what Robinhood did is fundamentally incorrect, because you're playing a game and halfway through the game you're losing and you decide to change the rules. Now, by changing the rules like that, it's going to automatically cause a lot of hatred, and moreover, you're changing the rules against the actual people, putting the people at a disadvantage, and you're favoring the hedge funds. So people are very, very angry at what Robinhood did, and essentially they're arguing that they have manipulated the market by banning trades on their platform and preventing people from buying and selling this stock. And as a result, there are now class action lawsuits. You've got Dave Portnoy sort of citing sort of jail time for these people. So it's a very, very, very complicated political situation. And this story, David and Goliath, has for centuries now been one of the core stories that people really, really get behind. Underdog versus the hedge funds. However, it's very, very risky business, guys. And honestly, abstaining, maybe just watching from afar, it is a gamble. These stocks are called pump and dump stocks for a reason. They pump up to high levels and then they dump at very, very fast levels, and no one knows when it's going up, when it's going to go down. Big man over here, big man things. And yeah, so essentially, thank you very much for tuning into that video. A bit different. Like and subscribe, comment down below if you want more of these sort of videos. A bit different from the normal medical content. However, I've had a few comments in the section sort of more on the financial side of medicine, sort of the business side of medicine. So trading is something that you can sort of get into if you want to make a little money on the side kind of thing. So just wanted to highlight to you guys, a bit about what's happening, what's all the fuss about, what's the news about, and until next time. Peace.
Jeez.